The sound source is one of the key factors of subtractive synthesis. The other major factor is that of filters. It is very often that when the sound of an oscillator is put through a filter of some sort, that it really takes on a life of its own. The filter in Poizone is capable of multimode operation. It can switch between low pass, bandpass and high pass modes. These modes operate in conjunction with a cutoff frequency controlled with this knob. Low pass filters filter frequencies above the cutoff frequency, while high pass filters filter frequencies below. The bandpass filter operates as both. These filters are also coupled with a resonance control. The resonance control increases the frequencies that immediately surround the cutoff frequency. Or in the case of the bandpass filter, it changes the bandwidth of the filter itself. Another important principle behind subtractive synthesis is the ability to track filter cutoff with both the note played and the velocity that it is played with. For example, with a static frequency cutoff, a note played at the lower end of a keyboard scale is much different sounding than that higher up. Keyboard tracking is a way to compensate for this if necessary. Similarly, velocity tracking does a similar procedure that changes the sound depending on how hard a key is struck. That covers oscillators and filters. You could quite happily work with just these and never run out of ideas. And that just goes to show you just how flexible this method of synthesis is. Poizone, however, is capable of much more lush sounding sounds than the purely digital sounds that you would hear if you limited yourself to just working with the oscillators and filters. Poizone can work in Unison mode. Unison mode allows you to give the sound a very similar effect to the one obtained using chorus. It allows you to create multiple voices all acting in unison, and in Poizone you can create up to 4 voices. You will notice, however, that as I increase the number of voices from 1 to 4, its effect is not massively obvious. However, if I set the Unison detune control, this is the effect of smearing the sound a little, and as a result gives the sound a much more lush feel to it. The Unison pan control allows you to spread each voice across the stereo field, giving the illusion that instead of one instrument being played, that there is more than one. This switch here also has an effect on Unison mode. It shifts all of the even number voices up by an octave. A good example of this effect in real life would be in a mixed choir where both male and female people would be singing at different octaves. Obviously in Poizone this could be used to a more creative effect. This covers much of the actual sound generation factors of Poizone. The next section will go into depth about the modulation envelopes, oscillators and controls that allow you to give your sound that dynamic quality.